I had something that I wanted to share with you guys, and specifically Carly and Carter, because you guys have both worked in the bartending biz.
Sure.
And I stumbled upon at this point, I think 12-year-old post on Reddit that had 1,000 comments, and it was just titled "The Bartenders of Reddit," and it was people.
There's some good opinions on there.
Well, it was just people sharing, interesting stories about just the life, And I've worked in restaurants, but never as a bartender. So this is a bit of, we've shared some insane restaurant stories, but this is a bit of a different flavor just by the nature of what tending bar is. And there's thousands of these. I didn't have a chance to read the whole thread, but this one was posted by Mr. Whistler. Was bartending at a family-owned Tex-Mex place in New Hampshire. A coworker and I were chatting about something on the news, and I said, yeah, I mean, at least it's not Russia. Suddenly, from the end of the bar, a massive woman with a thick accent yells, "What you say about Russia?" She then started regaling the entire bar with stories of the Soviet glory days, babbling on in a crazy Bond accent about how great everything used to be. She proceeded to finish her margarita, left a $10 bill on the bar, and then walked out. We then noticed that she'd peed all over the stool and floor, and we ended up throwing away the stool.
You don't let a bathroom break get in the way of a good story.
No, of course not.
It's not the way to make us like Russia. I'll say that.
Yeah.
We're going to start to...
Yeah, this is not the diplomatic proceedings that's suggested for this.
Drunk people are... I used to work in the kitchen of a bar, and one time the bartender came to the kitchen and was like, "Did one of you guys cut yourselves?" And I'm like, "No." And he's like, "There's a bunch of blood all over the sink in the bathroom."
Oh, God, no.
And it's just like, Jesus Christ. Somebody's so drunk they cut themselves and then was too drunk to clean it up.
Ugh.
Right?
And also when you're drunk, you bleed more, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
I don't know. Apparently there's enough blood to come back and ask if we cut ourselves. Because they probably want to be like, "You got to clean this fucking shit up."
Yeah, you're going to want to go back there.
This one was posted by Meston. I was working the night of the 2010 Grey Cup game, which is Canada's Super Bowl. It was a super busy night, and I shit you not, during halftime, this huge bastard walks in wearing giant sunglasses, a trench coat, and a hard hat. He's drunk.
What a get-up.
He's drunk as fuck, and I watch him take a step towards the bar. He stops dead and just stands there for a few seconds. All of a sudden, he opens his coat and pulls out a gigantic salami, takes a bite, yells, "Fuck yeah!" as loud as possible while swinging it around. It was 3 feet long, and he just walked out stumbling.
This is the thing. Bars are not safe places.
No,
they're not.
Yeah.
It's like a weird thing of they're trying to create this very inviting atmosphere, but it's one of the least safe places you could
All
be.
it takes is one person to ruin everything.
Yeah.
I'm really focused on Canada's Super Bowl.
I know, right?
It probably wasn't really that busy in there. Pretty slow in that bar that day.
Yeah, no shit.
Wow, we had 5 people in there.
It was pretty good, yay.
Yeah.
Yay.
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 Now, Canada loves their sports, and they love being inside, and they love drinking. So I think any
They do love-
excuse.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's
Yeah, like Canadian basketball, yeah?
Yeah, I mean,
maybe
dude,
get 6 people in there.
It's why...
As opposed to the 50 for hockey.
Just real quick, you know that Canada's best, they have a basketball team in the NBA, right?
the Raptors. Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, we have edit points. Yeah. I know a lot about sports. Everyone on this podcast knows I'm like the sports expert. That's like the sports desk is me.
Yeah. I
Flip it to the sports desk.
So Canada, right? They don't really have like a football team either, do they?
they have their own. They have a league.
They have a league,
the Canadian Football League. Yeah, that's I believe what this is.
Yeah, well, whatever.
They play a game up there. They love the Bills.
They play a game up there.
They love the Buffalo Bills because they're so close to Canada.
Oh, yeah.
Very close.
And so I think they'll play
I think the
a game
Packers, too. They're big.
Yeah, they'll
Green Bay
play a
Packers
game in
fans.
Toronto once a year or something.
That's exciting for that whole country. Once a year we'll play in fucking Toronto.
Shitting on Canada just seems so arbitrary.
Easy. It's just
I
easy.
wish I was Canadian.
It's truly punching up because they have a better way of life than we do.
Were you with me? We met someone who has dual Canadian citizenship, and I was
what
like,
a flex. nice.
I know, and I was like, "Is it just better up there?" And he was like, "Yeah." He wasn't even like a hesitation. He was like, "Yeah, of course it is." Like, it's way
Imagine
better.
America, but like take the gun violence and reduce it by 90%.
Well, that's the other thing. If this is America, the guy's pulling out a fucking gun, and here it's just a big sausage, and you're like, "Yeah, that's better."
Yeah, he's going, "Fuck yeah,
fuck yeah."
I wish bars were that whimsical.
Yeah,
Let's bring the whimsy back to bars.
I know. Right? Yeah, everybody get a sausage. Just carry it around for such an occasion. This one's from Trent599. I work in a big ass brew pub right on the edge of a big nightlife, swanky section of town. One night it was pretty slow, and this woman walks in and sits at the bar and asks for garlic. I assume she's from a nearby neighborhood, nicely dressed, polite. Maybe she needs some garlic to cook with. So I run down to the kitchen and I fill a small to-go box with some garlic cloves. I come back and I hand her the box, and she can barely contain herself, saying how I, quote-unquote, restored her faith in people. She then handed me a $10 bill and tried to pay, and I told her it was on the house. So she put the bill in my pocket and ordered up a Grey Goose and soda. She then sat down and started eating the raw garlic cloves one by one. While eating the garlic, she proceeded to tell me about herself and how she was local and doing well.
And insane.
Stable, very stable.
And how she and a
I
friend...
have 3 babies, 3 beautiful babies, and they needed a bath, a very long bath.
And about how she and her friend were running a small business together, and I asked if I was single because she knew some girls who would absolutely love me. I lied on that one because I wasn't too comfortable with the thought of a slightly off-a-rocker 40-year-old trying to set me up. After another vodka soda and some more garlic, she proceeded to give me a $20 tip and a
garlic is so spicy. If you just bit into a clove,
and a free scarf.
Here's the thing too, is like you have to talk to someone who is eating nothing but garlic. And like 20% is not enough of a tip.
And
like, you know what I mean?
Like, she's rinsing her mouth out with vodka.
Okay, that's fair. No, I'm sure it's delightful talking to this person.
Yeah, no, I love it. And also at the end, he says that she gave him a free scarf, and then then it just says, "I traded the scarf to my boss for 15 free beers." And I'm like, why is your boss not giving you fucking free beers?
Why do you have to trade?
You're at a fucking brew pub. Your boss is a dick. But yeah, I love that one. This one is from Bedpan 3.
That's me. Sorry. That's my Reddit username.
He says,
I'm Bedpan 2.
Yeah, I was going to say there are 2 other bedpans.
I had this one regular customer named Doug in a little town bar, sort of a sad sack, about 45 years old, lives with his mom still. Anyway, one stormy night, he comes wandering in and he tells me it's his birthday and said that his mom, quote, "let me use her car since it's my birthday." So I know that Doug hasn't had a driver's license in years, and his mom is a legendary asshole, and therefore this was a bullshit story.
Legendary, dude.
He goes in the men's room and leaves me alone with one other customer. Next thing I know, the front door flies open, and there stands Doug's elderly psycho mother in a housecoat, curlers, slippers, and a parka. She is rain-soaked and starts screeching at me because her son stole her car to go drinking. The lightning outside is flashing, silhouetting her maniacal frame in the doorway. Her voice is loud as a bullhorn. The lone dude in the bar and I were slack-jawed. It was like a bad movie. Doug was now hiding in the men's room and pretending not to hear me screaming at him to come out and deal with his mother. See, he stayed in there for 5 minutes.
I feel like his mother's in the right.
Yeah, yeah.
So far.
Yeah, no, I'm on her side for sure.
It says he stayed there for 5 minutes while his mother ripped me a new asshole. I finally had to threaten the old bag with the police to calm her down.
I think I understand why he would need to drink a bunch.
Yes.
Yeah.
This mother reaction to this.
It's like this guy who lives with his mom,
Yeah.
steals her car to go drink. And she needs her car, comes back in the rain to come get the car.
Yeah.
He's like, this fucking psycho bitch.
Definitely.
Like, dude, she was like being such a buzzkill to me and the other guy that had been there all day.
He never fucking gets off my back, dude. I can't do anything right. I can't do it. And I fucking swept the floor that day.
Dude, I told Doug, like, go hit the bathroom, dude, because I'm going to deal with your stupid mom.
My man is 55.
Yeah, I was going to say. This is some failure to launch Matthew McConaughey in the scenario.
This one is Snowman Assassin. I fucking love Reddit. It was Sunday at around lunchtime at our pub. Lots of locals would come in for the food, which was excellent, and nurse their hangovers. Because the food was so good, we'd have families frequently come in with kids and get stuff to eat on Sunday. This one time, a group of older folks came in, men and women, and proceeded to rage it up. No problem. It is a bar after all, but we have a few families in there, and they start to get really rowdy, and I tell them, hey, keep it clean, and they get all pissy with me, so I remind them that there's kids in here and they need to calm down. I'm trying to be diplomatic about this. And then one lady gets super worked up and starts bitching at me. And at this point, I tell them they need to stop now or get out. And the bouncer comes over to help facilitate this action if needed. Well, one of the guys gets in the bouncer's face. Bad idea. My bouncer tosses this guy outside and everyone in the group flips out. Things move outside. Other guy grabs my bouncer from behind and gets him in a headlock while the ladies start beating on him. Bar staff runs out to the rescue and an all-out brawl ensues. Cops arrive and everyone...
This happens at the wine bar
all the time.
Cops arrive and everyone in the party is arrested and all of the families in the bar applaud the staff. One of the family dads, a regular, actually got up and helped pull people apart. This event was referred to at our pub from that point on as Bloody Sunday. So... I love a brawl. That's especially when it's staff versus customer.
Brawl.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever seen, or at a place I've worked at, like a full brawl emerge.
No, no.
Well, and we kind of talked about this. Someone had the top 3 question of like best kitchen items to use in a fight, and I said then, and I'm not working in restaurants anymore, but definitely had ideations about like what would happen if we had to fight the customers.
Oh, I mean, I would.
It was like sort of like a.
It's just something to think about, much like
what would you grab as a weapon if a fight broke out at the bar? I mean, I would just grab a bottle of wine.
Yeah,
are you kidding me? We have wine openers everywhere. Just
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, those are like corkscrews, though. I mean, I think you want fast, efficient action, so I would go for a wine glass and break it off, and then you have the stem, so you can actually...
No, that'll shatter too fast.
Yeah.
No, the stem will fuck someone
that's what
up.
I'm saying,
You fucking jam that in someone's jug?
Yeah.
Cooler?
You're like Wolverine at that point. You get 5 or 6 of them in your hands.
To be honest, I'm absolutely leaving. I'm not doing anything. I'm not touching anyone. I'm just going to get in my car.
It's just a little thought experiment.
Bye-bye.
You know?
You don't get overwhelmed by the bloodlust?
I can't. I hate to bring up the story, but I can't help but think that like I worked somewhere in Los Angeles where someone was murdered by a dishwasher murdered a server with a kitchen knife.
Oh, Jesus.
Amazing. I mean, sad. Very sad, but incredible.
I can't help but think. I know. It's all I can think about when I think about that kind of stuff. Yes.
Fuck you, F-O-H.
Yeah. F-O-H-V-B-O-H.
Yeah. Snobs versus slobs. Let's see it. This last one here, this is from Matty Ice 360. I used to work in a small pub on the bottom floor of a fairly large concert venue. During our Halloween party, I had to jump over the bar and break up a fight between 2 guys dressed in the exact same Mario costume.
There could only be one.
Apparently, Mario A asked Mario B's girlfriend, who was dressed as Princess Peach, if she wanted to get with, quote-unquote, the real Super Mario.
The real deal.
He then showed her his erection pressed through his uber-tight overalls.
I didn't know where I was going.
and said, how about that for a mushroom? At that point, Mario B freaked out and began beating the shit out of him.
Before he beat the shit out of him, did he say, let's go?
Yeah. It's me, her boyfriend. The expression on the police officer's face was priceless as he walked in and saw us trying to separate 2 drunk, bruised, and bloody Marios. So, Mario, Super Smash Bros. Indeed.
Yeah.
IRL.
No one needs to be showing their erection through their Halloween costume.
Also, this ceases to be Mario. If you have a thin enough fucking
why is it so
then it's
tight?
Wario. That's evil Mario.
You're
Here I go.
Yeah, well, even Wario's like too big for that. You're like Waluigi at this point.
Yeah. I mean, that's you see it happen all the time.
Sexy Mario.
Yeah, Mario battles. You see it happen all the time.
There is a costume they sell every year that is a priest thing, and then it has a button on the inside that causes a phony erection.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Which somehow makes like Catholic child molestation like as aged as like Monica Lewinsky jokes. You know what I mean? Like this is like some shock jock bullshit.
Well, it's like a washed up celebrity. The media just stopped covering them, even though they're still active. You know.
Yeah, they do have a bunch of like Halloween store costumes that's like Mr. Happy, and it's just a huge boner coming out of what a form of assault.
Pull in case of emergency, and it just points down to his dick.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. If I know we got listeners that work in a bar. If you've got any weird bar stories you want us to share, because I'm going to keep probing this.
Keep sourcing those.
Man,
those
there's so many of them. I was just able to kind of scratch the surface today, but there's a bunch of these. So we'll do more of these. But yeah, if you work in a bar, or if you ever have, tweet at us at The Goods Pod.